What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to some daily content where you get to watch me suffer through a workout. And this one's gonna seem really similar to one I put out yesterday or the day before, but that's okay. We're getting near the games, so some of the workouts are a little bit less CNS taxing and more kind of skill-based aerobic work for me. So we are off in 3, 2, 1, getting it. What are we doing here? We are doing every 2 minutes for 5 rounds. So 10 minutes total time, okay? I'm gonna let the clock at the bottom or the clock to this direction or this direction, wherever it is. I'm gonna let that's like a run. So we are doing a 25 calorie bike erg straight into down and back on the handstand obstacle, but we're also throwing out the parallettes out there on the handstand obstacle. So a little bit of a change up. The parallettes, you guys might be asking me, and then of course, I'm sorry, let me go back and reiterate, as Liv stands in front of my camera. I will rest the remainder of the 2 minutes. So like if it takes me 90 seconds, I'll rest 30 seconds to the next 2 minute mark and then start there to finish it up. Or I'm sorry, so the 2 minute mark for my next round. The parallettes are actually homemade. A lot of you guys have asked me about that. It's actually just like, what it reminds me of, honestly, is it reminds me of steel piping that you would just find, galvanized pipe you would find at like a farm and home store, which you can easily find there. You probably have to find yourself a local welder or somebody, one of your friends who can weld pipe like that. And just be careful, because the pipe in itself, the galvanized pipe that I'm using there is very light. It's not very heavy whatsoever. And so to be able to weld it, you need to obviously turn it down a little bit. I'm sure your welder will know that. So like that parallette portion there is actually very light and very easy to move. And it's so light, that's the reason you see that I have plates on the corners. They're actually shoved in there because they were so light that if I just took the plates off and walked on them, they might tip up on another end until I got to the middle. And there's Winston, chilling, walking around like a villain, watching everybody. So that's round 1. So my goal in this workout was to get, obviously, when I approached this workout, when Andrew wrote it for me, I actually didn't, I wasn't really sure how hard it was gonna be. When I looked at it for the first time, I thought, oh, that should be a pretty easy workout. They do look like they shouldn't be very difficult. And then I thought about it some more and like started warming my bike up and practicing handstand walks and realized like I was only gonna have about 20 seconds at most probably for rest in between rounds. So I really needed to keep a fast pace on the bike, which I kept around probably, this is calories per hour, so I probably kept around a 15 to 17 calorie per hour pace. And then I couldn't just get off the bike and just like jerk around, wipe my hands and rest. Like I had to really kind of like get off the bike, shake my hands out, really kick up and go. And then when I get to the other side, I couldn't really rest. I had to kick up and go again. So it was quite difficult actually, but I think it was a good test to be able to find out, okay, you know, you're great at the handstand obstacle with the ramp and stair. How are you at the ramp, parallette stair, and then back, of course, through it again after you are taxing your lungs a little bit and you're breathing heavy. Yes, I don't think I failed in this video, but if you are asking yourself, have I failed in the parallettes? How do you fail it? You either kick off the one side or you straddle your legs and pray you don't hit the bars between your legs, because that could really hurt. I did that once. That was kind of painful. You learn pretty quickly. So there we go. So about on the money, pretty much like 20 seconds, a little over 20, like 23 seconds worth of rest. Some workouts, some ways you can scale this workout if you're trying at home and you maybe don't have this piece of equipment. A 25 calorie bike erg, I am not really attacking this bike like a super sprint because I don't have a whole lot of rest. So what is it taking me on average, about a minute pretty much. So I would say if you have a bike erg, 25 calories in the bike erg is fine. I would say if you have a bike erg, I wouldn't spend more than like a minute 10 on the bike. So if 25 calories is taking you over a minute 10 or around a minute 10, then maybe you should look at backing off the calories. That way you can kind of keep the stimulus of the workout. But then again, if you don't have a bike erg, I would recommend, if you have an aerosol bike or echo bike, those are completely fine. I would look into Calories on those, I'm really not sure on the Echo Bike. I've never really used one that much. I couldn't really answer that intelligently. But if you're using an air assault bike, I would just keep it the same. Like, you can probably hammer 25 calories on an air assault bike. Now, it's a little bit easier, honestly, on an air assault bike to hammer and get calories faster because you're producing power not only from your legs, but also from your hands. Whereas the biker, you're only producing power from your legs. So it's a little bit different. So it's easier to accumulate calories on the air assault bike. So 25 calories is probably fine. You know, if you're doing it and you're finding hammering this air assault bike and I'm getting it done in like 30 seconds, or you know, and I'm feeling totally fine, either one, you're a total hoss, or three, maybe you should increase the calories a little bit to make it a little bit of more difficult and keep the stimulus that is intended for the workout. If you have a rower or a ski erg, I would just keep it the same. 25 calories is probably fine. Honestly, I think probably the worst implement you could use for this workout would be a ski erg. Like if you do 25 calorie ski erg then over and back, that'd probably be really, really difficult. So there we go. We're pretty much keeping similar splits with about 23 seconds worth of rest. The goal for this workout, like I mentioned, was just kind of keep it quite similar as much as I could and not to fail on the handstand obstacle. We practice these a lot, and most of you guys, when you guys watch these videos, you see a lot of these workouts with this handstand obstacle in it, or at the end of it, or in this workout somewhere. And you're probably asking yourself, man, I feel like he does a workout with a handstand obstacle every single day. It's not necessarily true, just the workouts I put out that are fun to watch, or somewhat easy to watch, you know, because if it's like a workout where I'm leaving and running and disappearing off camera, or you know, doing a belt squat machine, it's not really fun to watch because I'm not in screen the whole time, or you know, you maybe not understand how the belt squat machine works, and so workouts like that aren't fun to watch on YouTube. And so I kind of pick and choose workouts where high skill, they're fun to watch. I have something that I can talk about intelligently, you know, whereas if I'm disappearing off camera for a run, it's like absolutely no fun to watch. It's like, okay, well there I am, gone off screen again. So I don't use the handstand obstacle in every single workout. It just kind of looks that way on YouTube. So anyways, let's see, what else can we talk about, guys? Well, by the time I put this workout out, I'm gonna be in Madison, Wisconsin at this moment now. I'm really not sure when this workout's gonna come out. It's either gonna come out like Tuesday or Wednesday or Monday of this week. I don't really know. So it kind of depends on when you watch it. I could either be competing or not be competing yet. I'm really not sure. Depends on when I release it. But I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a fun time. It's gonna be a good experience, and I'm looking forward to showing the work I've put in fixing things that I'm not good at. The things I'm not good at are pretty much a lot of 1 rep max lifts. My clean and jerk has improved tremendously. My clean's improved tremendously. My snatch has improved tremendously. And I'm looking forward to being able to showcase that and say, hey, look, like I'm not just the weak turd who always showed up in 2014, who was just good at Metcons. So I'm excited to be able to showcase that at the games in Madison this year. So that was a quick aside. All right, so final round. We are off. 3, 2, 1, and we are going. This is the final round. I'm not sure. Usually in a workout like this, I will try and push my last run to be a little bit faster than the rest of them, just because I know it's my last one. I mean, you guys probably do it at home too. It's no different. Oh yeah, and then scaling the workout. If you have, we talked about the bike. We didn't talk about the obstacle, which we've talked about the obstacle a lot, so don't worry about that. I'm not gonna talk about that again, like just find something to walk around. But if you do have an obstacle, a handstand obstacle kind of like this, but you don't have a parallete, a really easy sub for it is, when I say parallettes, you don't have the long parallettes. A really easy sub is just to go grab smaller parallettes, like singular parallettes, that you would use for handstand push-ups. So go grab one of those, and that's a perfectly easy way, and that's actually what we use for a long time for doing a parallel handstand walk. So if you can imagine, let's say you have like 2 sets of parallettes, right? And hopefully they're the same height, right? Say they're like 14 inches. The handstand obstacle itself, I believe, is 16 to 18 inches tall. And so you might actually need to put like a plate or some kind of like mat below the parallettes to bring them up to height, to be even with the handstand obstacle itself. But it's a really easy way to create your own parallettes, is just put singular parallel pairs out there. Oh, you can do it. Singular parallel pairs out there, and so you can walk across them. It's a great way to learn it. So just in case if you guys don't have something like this homemade parallel design, you have some way of getting around it. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you want to watch a video that's kind of similar to this, click right here. Other than that, thanks for hanging out. Talk to you guys later. See ya.